thing on my accessory that's more important than back rest, rod holders, rudders, or anything is the knee strap, because without them you don't have proper control of the wave. Again, like I said, if you don't have knee straps, what's going to happen is the boat's going to go out from underneath you. You're going to flow off the back of the wave, and now your boat is going to toss and tumble with the surf. And if you don't have everything inside the hull, you're going to have a yard stuff.
Hey John, what about the difference between a scupper and a scrambler as far as surfing technique?
Well,
what kind of choice
of the boats, you can see there's a definite length difference. The longer the boat, that's again where the fetch and the trough play a characteristic. A wave that this boat's going to pitch pull on, this boat, because it's got rocker on the nose like a surfboard, will drop down the wave, and then you actually turn. Oh, and I missed all that. So then you're going to turn, and you're going to try and get some control out of your boat. So when you're starting to catch a wave, you're pumping, and as soon as the boat takes off, it's all about counter steer. So the most important thing is you want to keep your boat, you want to keep your boat, if it's a smaller wave, you want to keep your boat perpendicular to the wave. So you can just surf, 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 surf. But if it's a big enough wave that you can start carving turns, if I want to start my turn to the right, I'll be bracing on the right side, paddle flat on the water like this, and when I want to turn, I'll dig my paddle in. And now if I start to push or pull back against the shaft, and this becomes more of a rudder, what will happen is now the boat's going to start to pivot and turn, and then as soon as the boat's turning and running this way, I have to immediately come back to counter steer. Because if I don't counter steer with my blade here, what's going to happen is the boat's just going to turn slowly sideways, and all I'm doing is side surfing, and that's not a lot of fun. You're not driving the boat. So when I'm up at this angle, I've got my paddle on the left side of the boat sticking in the water here, keeping me from turning totally sideways. And then when I want to carve to the left, I start pulling the paddle across my chest, the right handle to pull across my chest. The blade is back, so it's like a rudder system, a left rudder. When you apply left rudder, the boat's going to start to back up on the wave, and then once it's clear enough to go back to clear, it'll turn, and you'll be coming down this way, but immediately you come back and counter steer on the opposite side. So surfing a kayak is all about counter steering to the wave energy. Again, as soon as I take the paddle, now say the wave energy's spitting me out sideways, and I'm trying to counter steer with my blade over here, and no matter what I'm doing, it's such a sharp pitch that the boat's turning sideways anyway. Eventually you have to give up on trying to rudder, and you're just going to lay the paddle flat into the wave face on this side and side surf it out. But again, side surfing is cool because what will happen is the boat will start to crawl up the white water, and once it gets to the type of the white water, because your wave is again behind the center line of the boat, the nose will start to drop around like this, and you immediately go from a brace stroke to a rudder stroke, the boat pivots, and make a rudder drop. So on a Scupper Pro, which isn't a good surfing kayak, I do this all the time where I'll side surf up the wave. Once I get to the top and the boat starts to pitch, when I turn around, I just do a hard rudder stroke, do a 90-degree turn, one stroke, and I make another stroke.
Doesn't matter how much size the wave that you can surf with a scupper versus a...
Well, obviously, the bigger the wave, the easier it is to surf a scupper. If this wave was this tall, and this scupper surfing it, it's going to be all the way up here, and the nose isn't even in the trough. And so I've actually had the scupper in 10 to 12 foot faces and comfortably surfing because the nose never hit the bottom. So I was surfing this far up from the top, the wave is all the way up here. And once the wave gets to be 6 to 8 foot, this would probably be, from the look of it, probably only a 4 foot, 5 foot wave. So this one, the boat would definitely want to start to pitch. So immediately as I start to take off, I'm going to initiate a turn, but I'm counter steering on the back already. So I'm surfing this way, going along with the wave. Then if I want to turn the other direction, I'm going to go from ruddering this way to ruddering this way. And what will happen again is the boat will slow up a little bit until it can pivot around, and then it'll start going this way.